Everyone, welcome back. This is another tutorial for firewall. Today we will talk about firewall in a Linux machine. So firewall, as we all know, it is a software tool in a machine which is used to allow or deny or restrict a particular package from accessing the system or incoming and outgoing uh, traffic. Okay, so in this tutorial we shall learn how to do all those things, like how to allow a particular port or IP address, or how to reject or how to deny, all the things we'll see in this tutorial. Okay, so this is my channel, guys. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, because if you do that, you would be able to get such tutorials for you. Okay, and let's go ahead. So I have two machines with me, which is this is machine M1 and this is machine M2. So I'll give you a live example, okay, and how this works and how this Ubuntu firewall actually works. So I'm using the Ubuntu machine, so we'll see the firewall in Ubuntu machine. Okay, so since this is an administrative activity, you need to be logged in with your admin as a root. Okay, so I'm logged in as a root now. Fine. So what I'm gonna do is I'll just show you the status of the firewall currently. So there is a command called UFW, okay, Ubuntu firewall, and then if you type status, it will give you a status about the firewall. So if you see, it is currently active with these many rules in it. Okay, so it is allowing TCP port 22, okay, and for version 6 as well. Okay, so this is the current setting. So this means that I am able to access M2 server from my M3 server. Okay, so the SSH connection is already set up. So you can see I'm logged into the same machine as this one. Okay, so this is, you can see I was able to connect to M2. Okay, now what I'm gonna do is I will simply I will disable the firewall. Okay, UFW disable. So if you do that, if you can see, firewall stopped and disabled on the system. So there is no restriction which are given in the Ubuntu firewall rules currently. You can see it's currently the firewall is stopped. So if you do UFW status, it is saying inactive. Okay, fine. Next is, let's just do firewall enable. Let's enable the firewall. Okay, so you can see here, command may disrupt existing SSH connections. Okay, so if you enable the firewall, you have to define rules, and because your all SSH connections will be disabled to outer network. So and press S. So if you see, the firewall is active now, and if you see the status, the firewall is active. Okay, now let's just do a little trick. So what I'm gonna do is I will deny the SSH port. Okay, so I'll deny 20. So you can do UFW and then deny and then particular port number, or you can give a protocol. Okay, so you can give a protocol like TCP. Okay, so you can see the rule is updated and it is denying 22 port number. So now if you see the status, you can see that 22 is denied from anywhere. Okay, cool. Let's just check. Okay, so now this is my M3 machine. So if I do SSH M2 machine, this is my M2 machine. So if I do that, you can see it is hanging. Okay, so it is just ignoring the packets, because this guy has completely denied the 22 port from anywhere. Okay, that's the reason it is not able to connect. Now let's do again. So now what we will do is, instead of deny, we shall allow it. Okay, if I allow it, so now you see the rule is updated, and if you see the status, it is not allowing from anywhere. Let's just check. See, now I'm able to log into M2 machine. Okay, so actually whenever you do that, your port numbers are blocked or enabled. So that is the purpose of firewall. Okay, so that is the very easy way to work with firewall. If you want to if you don't want to traffic from everywhere, you just want to enable a particular port, you can do that. Okay, so instead of deny, let's just say reject, because if you see here, if we do deny and if we go here and do SSH M2, so it is simply okay. Just coming out of M2. This is my M3 machine. So if I do M2, it is not giving me any message what is happening, or what is the error, what is the problem, I am not able to connect. Okay, so instead of that, what I'm gonna do is I will give a message to the connector or to the sender. So I'll do reject 22 TCP port. Okay, so now you see I have set it to reject, which means now if you see, it is reject from anywhere. Now if you see, if I try to do SSH M2, it is giving a message instead of hanging for no whatsoever reason. So if I do SSH M2, it is connecting to host connection refused. So now I am able to know that this port is being rejected from the server, from M2 machine. Okay, so this is a better way to update the rule. Okay, next okay, so these are the things that you can do with a firewall. Okay, so let's just, if you want to check further, let's just check the manual page of this firewall program. So this program is used for managing Linux firewall and aims to provide an easy to use interface for the user. Okay, so you can do these many things. So let's just check, and if you do UFW status, and if you give verbose, so it will give you more information. Okay, like you can see status is active, logging is low. Okay, logging is on, but you can set the login also, logging properties. So deny incoming, allow outgoing. Okay, so these are the current setting that you can see with the verbose property. Okay, so let's just check further. Okay, so you can add a rule, you can delete a rule, and you can list out apps which are currently being monitored by firewall. So UFW, if you do app list, so you can see available applications is open SSH. So it is firewall is currently handling SSH. Okay, fine. So this is the way you can, so you can do enable, you can restart the firewall, you can disable the firewall. Okay, so this is the way, guys, you can work with firewall, and you can. Okay, so let's just check the report. Okay, how it works. So if you just go to report, and we will try to understand. So let's say I want to check the report for logging rules. Okay, so there are these many rules you can do. So UFW status, so show, and then let's say logging rules. So what are the logging rules you can see? So this is a detailed report for particular report. So this is a detailed rule which is being set by this firewall. Okay, like from the source, from the packet, destination, whatever is happening, everything you can find out here. Okay. So these are the activities you can do with. So these are the ways. In fact, you can add a rule or delete a rule from the rule table also. So either you can give the rule name or rule number. So you can give like ufw delete, let's say I want to delete this rule. Okay, so I have to give the rule number 2. Okay, so you can see it is asking permission to delete the rule. Okay, so you can give yes, so it will delete it. So if you now see the status, you see it is deleted. Okay, let's just try one more thing. So what if I want to allow only one particular port from a particular IP address, only one single IP address? So you can do that using one single IP address. So you can see here, so I'm allowing only one. Okay, let's just say I'm denying this. Okay, let's just first of all let's delete the rule number for IPv6 also. So let's just delete the rule number 2 as well. Okay, so now you see my firewall status is okay, so there is nothing. So now what I will do is I will enable. So am I able to access this now? So this, you see, it is not allowing the access, right? Now let's say I will allow only this particular IP address to access the SSH. Okay, I don't want the entire world to access my system. I only want this particular IP to access the system using SSH. So how can we do that? You can do that using allow proto and then TCP from. So you have to specify the IP address of this machine from which you want the connection. So this is a center machine, and to my current machine, which is this machine, and on which port you want the action to be done on port number 22. So you can see I have added this rule. So if you see the status now, I have a rule added here. So now if I try to do this, I should be able to access. So you see this machine is able to log into this machine. Okay, but any other machine will not be able to. Let's say I have one more system. So if I try to open that, let me just check. I think my machine's IP has changed. Let me just check. So I'm just checking the IP address of M4 machine. Just give me a minute. I'll just log into my M4 machine, because this is not the IP address. Okay, so yeah, so my M4 machine, let me just check. Okay, it's running. So this is my IP address for M4 machine. So M4, okay, so yeah, so I wanted to show you that from this machine, if I try to connect to M2, it is not allowing, because this is my M2 machine, and any other machine is not able to connect to M2 machine. Okay, because we have allowed only this particular IP to access my machine M2. Okay, so this is a very useful technique that you should know, that allowing and denying a particular IP and port, and not allowing the entire world, and customize your firewall setting. You can do so many things with it. You can in fact change your logging level. You can display a report. You can do so many things. So that's all in this tutorial, guys, and if you have any further techniques and ideas, you can share with us in the comment section, and you can explore this manual page, and you can do all things with the firewall. Okay, that's all in this tutorial. Please like and subscribe to my channel. This will encourage me to upload such more tutorials and help you and help all of us. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching.